Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Martine Chiella. Today's video, we are making bun today. So Jamaican bun, we are having it with cheese. So bun and cheese today we are having. And my father-in-law is going to be walking us through how he makes his bun and cheese without eggs. The main ingredient right here is yeast, which he is getting started. He's putting a little warm water in there just to bring it to life. He's just stirring it up. And once it's good and fluff, then I'm going to show you guys the ingredients which we're going to be working with. Starting off with we're working with the all-purpose flour. We have the yeast right here, which I showed you guys. We have this margarine, some cinnamon, vanilla extract, and different kinds of glazed fruits. So you can get the mixture that you like. We have some brown sugar. We have some walnut, and we have two kinds of dry raisins here, and also some nutmeg. So these are all the ingredients that are going to be going in his. He likes to put the brown sugar, the margarine, and a little water, and he blends it up nicely first and gets that to a good consistency. And once it's at a good consistency, then we're going to pour it into a dish. And just like that. And now what we're going to do is, with this consistency here, he's going to be dropping some vanilla extract. And keep in mind, he cooks with his measuring with just with his eyes a little bit here. He doesn't really measure with measuring spoons. So he's just dropping a little bit of the dry raisins and ingredients in here. So all those ingredients that were dry right there, he's just putting a little bit of it inside the dish right here. He's gonna leave some aside just so that he can add on top. You're gonna see that later on. So he's just mixing it into this dish right here. And then he's going to go ahead and add some more of these glazed fruits. Mind you, this is the old school kind of cooking. We don't really use measuring cups, right? So what he's doing right there is just kind of like mixing it. He is doing a large batch, so he's doing a couple of buns right here. So he's going to be making a couple. That explains the big batch here that he's whipping up together. And now we are ready for some of that yeast. And now for the flour, he's just going to sift it through. And he's also adding some cinnamon in the flour as well, and some nutmeg. So as you can see here, he tried to put like a 1 tablespoon of each and then sift it through. So using yeast is just a different alternative here for those of you who don't want to put eggs in your bun, and so that it doesn't really feel very cakey. And also when he's making it, he's pretty much controlling the amount of sugar that goes in it, because some of them become very kind of cakey and very like sweet. So he is putting sugar in here, which is brown sugar, but he's not going over excessive, because at the end of the day, he's also going to be glazing it. So I like the way that he makes his. It's not super sweet, but it is sweet enough that you can enjoy it. So after all those ingredients are in here, he gives it a good mixture. He does continually add a little bit of flour until he gets it to a good consistency. And then he fully goes in just to knit it, right? Knit it correctly in. Well, after he finished using the spoon, he felt like it was the consistency needed to be knitted a little bit more. And with yeast, sometimes when you knit it within the flour, it gives you a better kind of bread consistency. And so that's exactly what he's doing. He then switched over from the spoon to working with his hands. Another important thing here is because he's working with yeast, he's letting it rest for a little bit until he comes back to manipulate the dough once again. As you can see, it has doubled in size, and then he's going to work the dough a little bit more, have it rest a little bit more before we bring it to the oven. Bringing a little flour into your palm of your hand can just help you manipulate the dough without the stickiness, too much of the stickiness. And that's exactly what he was doing. But you don't want to add too much so that you harden this mixture right here, that you already have a good consistency. My father-in-law told me that he learned this way of making the bun from his father, and he's not quite familiar with this new way of people making bun with eggs inside. And so I thought I'd bring you guys this version as well so that you guys can see that it is possible not to put eggs. Moving on here, so we have a couple of dishes. They are lined with parchment paper. Like I told you guys before, he's making a couple of buns here. So we have a couple of pots here that we're going to be putting some inside. And so he's just putting it in there. The parchment paper is just going to help you take out the bun once it's baked. It's going to be going in the oven at 350, getting the oven ready. And then it's going to go in the oven for about an hour. What he's doing right now, he's just adding a little bit more of the glazed cherries on top here. Now this is strictly decorative, so that when it bakes you see those specific red pieces on top. Again, with these bun, it's pretty much whatever you like, that's what you put inside. He likes all of these mixture glaze with the walnuts, and that's what he went for with this particular version. But it's totally up to you, and it's totally customizable. So without further ado, we are bringing these buns into the oven for them to rest in there for about an hour. Again, every oven here, some ovens bring in a lot more heat, so keep that in mind as well. So check on them while they're in there. And about an hour later, this is what we had. He worked on the glaze, and we have all of these delicious buns ready to go. And now we're just going to be glazing them with this. The glaze is about half a cup of water and 4 tablespoons of brown sugar, and it is brought to a boil, and it would give you a syrup-like consistency. Will you be giving this bun recipe a try? Comment down below, and I would love for you to be a subscriber on this channel. I do have a lot more videos coming your way, and thank you all so very much for watching. This bun turned out super delicious. Again, like I said, it wasn't super sweet, it was just a perfect. And of course, we enjoyed it with cheese. We did not enjoy it with the traditional cheese that usually goes with bun, that extra salty, a little bit cheddar like cheese. We didn't have that. We just had original regular cheddar, and our bun was just super delicious. Okay, so enjoy the recipe. Thank you again also very much for watching, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Bye for now.